Hey everyone. So basically, I had to report another hate crime incident. Well, it was basically hate harassment. It was just the kids saying dumb shit. But I felt like whilst I was reporting the hate crime, that I would actually take the opportunity to talk about the nonce comment and to talk about also the gang stalking, which I'm afraid it was very rushed. The delivery was very rushed, and I gave the police officers way too much information at one time. But I did give some context as to where those taunts actually came from. Okay, so I wasn't about to just have them, have them hear that, these kids said if I'm a murderer, then you're an N-word. I wasn't about to have them hear that and then not understand the context behind it and why it was being said. So basically, I told the police the whole truth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to play an excerpt for you now. I'm not going to play it the whole way through because then it will have personal details on it and I'm not trying to dox anybody. So this is basically what I said. Racial harassment. The exact words used by the people upstairs or the children upstairs were, if I'm a murderer, then... Okay, so trigger warning. There's going to be racial language used in this. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Trigger warning is there's going to be racist language used. My apologies. I'm going to try to lean this up. There we go. Now I'm going to play it. Hopefully I don't move this too much while I'm typing because I'm typing up my readings at the moment. But yeah, this is basically what they've said.
Right, okay. The racist abuse from children upstairs, yeah?
Well, yeah, basically, but there's more to it though. Hold on. I was gonna report racial harassment. The exact words used by the people upstairs or the children upstairs were, if I'm a murderer, then you're a nigger.
Right, okay. The racist abuse from children upstairs, yeah?
Well, yeah, basically, but there's more to it than that because I need you to check the words that they've used. The reason why they use that slur. Now, I already explained to the last call center officer that I've been venting online and talking about how this harassment has affected me, but they weren't actually lying when they said that I said those things. I did absolutely say those things, and the reason I said that is because what's happening to me and what's happening to literally thousands, if not tens of thousands of people around the country. Are you noticing that that's skipping? What's going on there? Listen, if it continues, I apologize. I don't know where that skipping is coming from. But yeah, let's continue. Hang on. Is that we're all victims of something called Havana syndrome. Now, the purpose of Havana syndrome, or where it comes from, is unlawful experimentation on citizens. Now, defense systems will often experiment on civilians without the rest of the public knowing. In order to do that, there would need to be a community initiative in which specific people around the community are keeping tracks on you and harassing you in a bid to basically silence you and ensure that you're always known as paranoid schizophrenic or that you're always doubted in your mental capacity. So if I make claims that I'm basically being harassed in a bid to drive me crazy and in a bid to limit my mental capacity so that these claims that I'm making don't hold water, then if I say that and it turns out that, people are falsely diagnosing me with paranoid schizophrenia, then basically it diminishes my admissibility in court, because if I have so-called paranoid schizophrenia, by making these claims of unlawful experimentation, then technically any evidence that I would give, even if it was completely true, would be inadmissible in court. And what all of this boils down to are three things. First of all, the harassment going on upstairs is not just about the children, because I have to say something else as well. One of the adults also called me a nonce from upstairs, called me a paedophile from upstairs, because recently I did a video speaking out about child trafficking and speaking out against it. So whilst I went into my bedroom, I think this was like last week or the week before, I was doing some stuff in my bedroom, just minding my business, and one of the adults called me a nonce from upstairs. Now, that's something that I failed to report to you guys before. And also, I heard one of the children saying to an adult that was taking them to school, well, we should call her a paedophile then. And
sorry, I'm just looking at my notes because I'm doing my readings and looking at the notes at the same time while you guys are listening to the recording. I'm going to rewind it a little bit backwards because I was talking. You didn't hear that much because I was talking. So let me just, there should be enough.
Also, I heard one of the children saying to an adult that was taking them to school.
1 second, yeah. Okay. I think it's about here.
I was doing some stuff in my bedroom, just minding my business, and one of the adults called me a nonce from upstairs. Now, that's something that I failed to report to you guys before. And also, I heard one of the children saying to an adult that was taking them to school, well, we should call her a paedophile then. And you know, the adult said, don't say those things. That's a terrible thing to say. And then she said, well, she's saying bad things about us, so why can't we say them about her? So I've made a lot of huge accusations online. I'm not saying I haven't, but the thing is, this is something that this is the hill that I'm willing to die defending. Everything that I've said and every insult that I have used is due to basically a program that I am in that involves coercive murder, which is basically what this is, and unlawful experimentation into defense weaponry being tested on citizens. So this is why I used the words that I used, but it looks like the children are being adversely affected by everything that they're being exposed to, including the videos that the families have been watching and the villagers around here have been watching as well. So this is a really deep and complex situation that led to those slurs being used. But long story short, that family has been harassing me for 5 straight months. And it's very, very likely that other people in the community have been involved in enabling them. And this family in particular has been involved in enabling this human trafficking and this coercive murder, which is why I used the words that I used. Even when they weren't calling me racial slurs, that's why I used the words that I used in order to describe them. Now, if people are going to say that I'm delusional, I've heard it before, I don't really care. The truth is the truth, and they can say what they want.
Okay.
But
not for the beginning. Can let me take your full name from you? Can you spell it for me, please?
Okay, it's Foxtrot Alpha.
Okay, so understand something. I didn't explain the whole thing for the police's benefit. I explained it for your benefit so that you guys can understand exactly what I said. Because what these people will do, because the thing is, if I'm going to be called a racial slur due to me calling somebody a murderer, I have to give a backstory. The problem with that is that with me giving the backstory, the way it is going to be written down is going to be as, they're going to try to make it look as crazy as possible because they write everything in shorthand. So they're going to try and make it look as irrational as possible. So me explaining to the police what's going on and recording it, it's not for the police's benefit. It's for your benefit and mine, so that everybody can know exactly what I've said, that I'm not making it up, that I have been not making it up, so that everybody knows exactly what I've said. It keeps, if I'm honest about what I've been through and about what I've been subjected to, if I'm honest about that, it keeps everybody honest. It keeps everybody exposed. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say, if you're going to do something, you better go the whole way or don't bother. This is what I'm trying to push the gang stalkers into doing. I want them to go the whole way with me. I don't want no bit. I'm going to push them to the edge. I'm going to push them as hard as I can. Not only to see what I'm made of, but to see what they're made of as well. I'm going to push them as hard as I can to the edge. Every single lie that's been told about me, I want that to be pushed to the nth degree so that these lies ultimately contradict each other. That's what I'm going for here. So this is exactly why if I'm gonna be honest about what I've done, then I'm gonna be honest about what I've done. No compromise. No nothing. Let's continue. I don't know how much longer I've got until personal shit comes into it. Let's continue.
Alpha Bravo.
Yep.
India Alpha.
Yep.
November Echo.
All right, so that was when personal stuff started coming into it. So when I say personal stuff, I mean names and addresses and shit. So yeah, that was the report that I made. And essentially what she did was she went back to the beginning and said, look, can we talk about what happened this morning? So I talked about what happened this morning. But it was important for me to give context and to tell the whole entire truth. Because without that, none of this shit is going to work. Okay? I don't know if I'm going to be able to stop the gang stalking, but I'm going to do my utmost best to expose it. And the only way I'm going to do that is if I keep pushing these people into a corner, back them into a corner to where they have to go to extremes and expose themselves. That's what I want. That's what I want. It's not just these people, it's all gang stalkers. I'm pushing them to the fucking edge. I'm going to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, and I'm pushing them to the fucking edge. Okay? Now, likelihood is that they're going to cause me as much pain as possible. No, I'm not looking forward to that. But the truth is that I would rather see what I'm made of and see what they're made of, lay all our cards out on the table so that I can find a way through it and I can find a way through the gang stalking. I would rather do it this way than to kind of tentatively be like, oh, you know, little bits. I don't like doing that. I don't like doing half measures. I like full measures, all or nothing. So if I'm going to go into this, I'm going to be completely honest about what's been done to me, how and why. Because it pushes them into specific actions. Do you understand? These perps out here, they think they're clever. They think they're smart. But once you don't have the truth on your side, it puts you at an immediate disadvantage. I don't care how much money you've got. I don't care how much clout you've got. If you don't have the truth on your side, that you're immediately at a disadvantage. Doesn't matter how well connected or moneyed or anything that you are. And I use that to my advantage all the time. But anyway, I gotta go. I've got some readings to do today. I've barely made a scratch on my readings. Every time I come on my video and I try to work through it, I can't work through it. It's distracting me. But anyway, you guys take care. I'm gonna get on with the rest of my day.